Hi, Andrew here, and I told you so. What did I tell you? I told you that our masking toddlers and infants fetish was causing developmental problems amongst our children. I specifically referred to speech problems because I have actually seen that in real life with my little guy's peer group, with his best friend, as it happens. Well, just today, across my newsfeed came a video from a speech therapist who is seeing a 364% increase in delayed speech referrals amongst toddlers and infants. In other words, babies and little kids are having difficulty learning how to speak properly because they're spending their lives with their face wrapped up. Now, you people who say, well, the children are resilient. Well, what real damage are we doing? How about that? 3.5 to 4 times as many referrals. But referrals are the tip of the iceberg. For every referral for a speech developmental problem that this woman is getting, there is some multiple of speech referral or of speech delay referrals that she's not getting. Maybe they're only children and their parents don't know that their speech is delayed. Maybe they are poorer people, less high income. I don't mean poor in a negative sense. Maybe they don't make as much money. Maybe they don't have their company support or benefits. Maybe they've been unemployed because the lockdowns have killed their jobs and businesses. But the number of referrals is much lower than the number of actual kids who need this. So in a 3.5 to 4-fold increase in speech difficulties that is seen. But the tip of the iceberg. The tip of the iceberg is like my head versus my body. You can see my head and shoulders, but you can't see the other 80 or 85% of me. Well, we're not seeing some massive underlying number of kids whose development is being stunted, is being delayed. And that's just speech. What other cognitive and developmental difficulties are they having? I don't know. I haven't run across it yet, but I'll certainly be keeping my eye out. Now, in saying I told you so, that also leads me to say, there's an opportunity here. Every once in a while, I have the little light bulb up here, up here, over the bald spot, and I have a tremendous idea. 22 years ago, Lars Ulrich, the drummer for Metallica, sued to get Napster shut down. Napster was a file-sharing program, and copyrighted materials were being passed around for free. In a short, Metallica, through Lars Ulrich, was upset, and rightfully so. Don't think I'm slagging him for wanting to get paid. They were upset that they weren't getting paid, that people were stealing their music. They were. And he was rightfully upset by this. He, as a creator, felt he should get paid for his creation. And understand, I agree, he should. However, I have found myself puzzled that a man whose band is based in Silicon Valley, as I understand it, they're based in the San Jose area, San Francisco, San Jose, Silicon Valley, high-tech capital of North America. He thought he could stuff the internet electronic genie back in the bottle. That wasn't going to happen. And I had what I thought was $1 million idea. Turns out it was $1 trillion idea. I thought, somebody, and it should have been Metallica, I mean, they're right there in Silicon Valley. Somebody is going to take the creators, and he's going to take computer programmers, and he's going to create the best quality MP3s or MP4s or whatever, the best music files, and he's going to put them up on his website for 25 cents a piece, and he's going to make a mint. And if Metallica had done this themselves, they had a huge catalog, an album of, 16 songs, 25 cents a piece, there's $4. You think they're getting $4 out of every CD that was sold at the time, back then when CDs still existed? No. They had the opportunity to make bank. Well, it took a little longer than I expected, but obviously somebody whispered in Steve Jobs' ear because iTunes came up. And they didn't sell them for 25 cents a song. They sold them for $1 a song. $17 for an album. All straight into the pocket. Well, or at least to be split between the artist and Apple. Apple's the biggest company in the world. My multi-million dollar idea turned out to be a multi-billion dollar idea. I couldn't exploit it. My degree says mechanical engineering. I'm not a computer programmer. And I was living in the United States under a very specific work permit at the time. It wasn't like I could go change companies and do this or whatever. And I had no desire to, but I knew somebody was going to make bank. We have now created a massive developmental cognitive problem amongst our children. There is an opportunity here for you to do good and in the process do well. There is going to be a massive need for speech therapy and cognitive therapies and who knows what all. Again, degree says mechanical engineering. I don't know anything about early childhood development other than the mommy manuals that my wife and I bought and watching my little guys grow up. But people who are experts in this field, you have an opportunity to help massive numbers of children, and in the process, you have an opportunity to make bank. I strongly suggest that you get on this train and get on it now. If a speech therapist, somebody who's been in the game long enough to, she's taken referrals, if she's getting 3.5 times as many referrals, she has more work than she knows what to do with. We are going to need people to help these kids. Why not make it you? Do well and do good.